with the products and with the course, I am able to, touch the lives of more women. And I mean, I'm really enjoying it. And not to say that there are some scary bits that I had to do to get here, but when your purpose and your mission is clear, then you'll do anything to get there almost.
Hey there, welcome to the Chill Mom Boss Show, and I'm your host, Michelle Hon. If you're a mom feeling tired and running on empty all the time and you think, oh, perhaps this is just what all moms need to go through, we have good news today. Our special guest today is Dr. Cheryl Kam, and she is a holistic doctor who helps tired moms and ambitious women unlock unrivaled energy and confidence through functional medicine. Welcome,
Hello.
Cheryl.
Hi, thanks everyone for watching. I'm so excited to be here. I've been a follower of you for the longest time. I love the energy and empowerment that you give to moms all over. So I'm very honored to be here. Thank you, Michelle.
Yeah, so I'm excited to hear what you can teach our moms who are watching, and also to learn about your journey from being a family physician to now offering online courses and just recently launching a supplement product, right?
Yes, that's
How
right.
did that happen? Tell us.
How did it happen? Well, I mean, for me, medical school was just the beginning, I realized. Of course, for my parents, it was the end, like, okay, I can, park that. For me, it was just the beginning. And really, I went into medical school wanting to understand a lot about humans. I just have a real obsession about finding out how humans tick, and also want to help. And a lot of people do want to help. This is a very natural thing in humans. But when I graduated from medical school, I found out that I came out and really was only doing rote jobs and pushing pills. And I got burnt out. I got seriously burnt out trying to live the life of a medic, moving countries and moving locations all the time. And I got burnt out several times. I experienced depression and anxiety, and I myself also have come from a bit of a fractured background. I had violence in my family, and I experienced all those things weighing on me, as a young woman. And and also growing up seeing how my mom was treated in the relationship. So I have a real spot for women, apart from the fact that I am a woman myself, so I can really intimately understand this. And I'm a mom of two, and Nathaniel's 3.5 years old, and Amelia is 1 soon. So for me, women are kind of signify the heart of the family. And because I connect with women so well, and we're the heart of the family, we have a real bearing on how the family becomes, right? And how our children become. We've got huge presence and huge influence. And not only in the family, we have a huge presence and huge influence even in the workplace. So that's why I love working with mummies, because mummies don't sometimes see the power within them. And Michelle, I think you work with mummies as well. You should, you kind of know what I'm talking about. And it really starts with health, because you want to start a business, you want to be more present for your kids, you want to be your best self with your husband. You can't do that if you're severely iron deficient. 1 in 5 women are. 1 in 3/4 of pregnant women are iron deficient.
Wow.
That's a freaking lot. Yeah. So,
I didn't realize that.
yeah, I in my work, I've seen people who have come through specialists, and they've come through and they've maybe seen about 3 or 4 different doctors or naturopaths and practitioners, and they come to me and we actually pick out nutrient deficiencies, because doctors are not taught to do that. I've gone around in a whole circle. I haven't really answered your question. One thing, I'll get back to it. But Yeah, so, that's why I kind of find that while my passion is really empowering the woman and I can take the woman from building the foundations of their health to the clarity and to whatever business or hustle that they want to do as well. But the first piece really is on the nutrient debt
Mm.
that we all, by the age of 30, will have, much less if you've had children. And a lot of people haven't had the chance to address the nutrient debt, and they mistake this for laziness and lack of motivation, tiredness, fogginess, and they put it off to, oh, this is a normal mom's life. And it's really not. I mean, they only have to look at you, or, like I'm doing okay and I've got two kids at the moment. So to really see that actually a tired mom is not normal and it can be fixed, because that's what I do all the time.
Okay, so that's something
Yeah.
that you used to do in the clinic, that you found out that a lot of
Yes.
moms are deficient in nutrients, and
Yeah.
that's
So
something
then
that
I
they need
remember.
instead of being prescribed like medicine. Is it?
Yeah, or
Or
they
like,
get sent
yeah.
away and say, take this iron pill, for 3 months and goodbye.
Mm,
When actually they needed attention on their iron a lot more severely than a lot more um, intensively than just 3 months and go ahead. Or some people don't know how to diagnose the iron deficiency because it takes 5 tests and it's not iron. You don't test iron, test
oh,
for ferritin.
right. Yeah, I was just going to ask, so how do we know whether we have enough nutrients in our diet?
Yeah. So first of all, I mean, my intake process is with a intake form, and we have 4 days of a food diary apart from all the symptoms. And when I understand the person and all that, I kind of can make an assessment of where I suspect. But this is paired together with a bunch of blood tests as well, and they are read in a functional medicine way, in a perspective where we are aiming for optimal health and optimal fertility as well. So current lab ranges fix you on disease. Like, oh, what is the best level to have before you're diseased? But I'm looking at what's the best level to have for optimum functioning, because optimum functioning means also optimum fertility. If you're somewhere in between, your body's going to shut down the fertility already,
Mm.
because the body just needs to kind of survive. So, yeah, it's a little bit of a tangent of what, but I'll get back to kind of the story and all that in a minute. But I'm super passionate about it, and that's why I just like sort of blurted this out.
Well, I think it's
So the
very,
course that
very
I
important,
did
especially
recently,
because,
go on.
especially as women, even before we're moms, right? We want to be slim and we go on diets, and that's when like I can imagine the nutrient deficiencies that we're having. And then once we're mom, then we usually just put our meal last. So it's no wonder we're like frustrated, frazzled, tired, and all the symptoms are beginning to come out. It also like makes sense now.
Makes sense, yes. So really a part of it is understanding and taking care of our bodies. Is really taking care of our bodies. And I think that modern lives, or our friends and society, the way that they live their lives is not a way that we should emulate if you are, planning to do something big with your life.
Mm.
You can't just follow the standard Singaporean diet. You can't just follow the standard Singaporean lifestyle. We are clocking the least amount of sleep and restful sleep out of all countries. When they did that the
Yeah,
sleep metrics as
yeah.
well. So you can't just follow the crowd and expect to then also build a business or be the most present parent and run the most smooth household by just following the crowd. So I think a lot of it is also that. Back to your question. So, yeah, with this understanding that no matter what issue you come in with, whether it's burnout, allergies, autoimmunities, thyroid problems, what else, hormone disbalances, PCOS, and all this, the starting point I realized after many years of practicing as a functional doctor is that the starting point for me was nutrients. And that's why I always talk about nutrients first. And therefore, my course, Kickstart Your Immunity in 14 Days, just finished. And it was really on getting people started on their foundations. Because no point you go for vitamin C, or no point you go for elderberry, or the next superfood when your foundational nutrients are not there.
Mm.
And by foundational nutrients, when you pair it up with foundational habits, you've got transformation in your hands. So the course has been running. It's finished now, and it's going to be made available also for download, for purchase and download.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So,
So I'm going to make it available now, running. Yeah, that's right.
awesome, awesome. So we can
Yeah.
at any time just sign up and find out for ourselves what we're
Yeah.
deficient in, and then what we can do about it. So that's
Yeah, so I'll put it up on my website. I'm just like kind of getting bits and pieces together, but I'll make a code, Chill Mom,
oh, nice.
so for a little discount for your crowd.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'll be sure to share the link under our video and in the blog post, in the newsletter, and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Back to the story you were asking about how I even got here, because I never answered that, did I?
I think we sort of get why you're doing it.
Why?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but and actually, like having the guts to jump from what you know, being a physician for so long, to actually like hey, I'm gonna do this online. I'm gonna bring my business online. So, yeah, how did that come about?
So, I started telling you where my passion was, and I think that when you're following your passion and you really know your strengths, it becomes easy to say yes and no to stuff. And even if it's something quite scary as well. So, for example, like medicine having just been the beginning, I started listening more and more to my patients and realizing that medicine alone was not helping them. They were asking me for guidance on nutrition and supplements and all this, and I wasn't fully trained for it. They don't train doctors very well in nutrition, to be fair. So it requires postgraduate education, and I went ahead to obtain a fellowship in nutritional and environmental medicine because I felt that that would give me the tools to understand and to help in establishing more sustainable and root cause, figure out the root cause in somebody's illness. So that was really rewarding. And then so I did that and I committed to studying that. And then I was seeing results, so then that carried on. And then later on, I started seeing that, okay, I know the tools, I know the complexities, and I can crunch it down and I can make it easy. That's what I'm good at. But also the lifestyle part and keeping people accountable was so important as well. I just couldn't do that sitting in my clinic and somebody just popping in every couple of months. They would get results. I'm not saying that they wouldn't, but the kind of results that they would get in a year, in a working year, because we don't work Chinese New Year and then we don't work.
Yeah.
Things go off at Chinese New Year and things go off at Christmas, right? So you guys all don't not count that. But in that year, what we achieve is pretty much the same of what we achieve in 3 months of coaching. When I'm with them on the phone twice a month, and I'm also on WhatsApp. So that sort of support, while it's more work for me, gives them the result that they want. No excuses.
Yeah. And it gives you the satisfaction knowing that, hey, this is actually working. And
yes, and it's way more satisfying. So that's why I decided that this is the way that I'm going to do it. I would do the coaching. And then, of course, education comes in as well. So I decided to do the courses, which are satisfying the people who maybe are a little bit more, just want to find out a few things and apply it for themselves. So I wanted to really reach out to more people because I realized that there is a need. Like I had to close off accepting any new patients because there's really a need. Like people were just booking and I just couldn't couldn't handle the volume.
Yeah.
So now the with the products and with the course, I am able to, touch the lives of more women and then eventually we start working together in some manner, and it's just great. I mean, I'm really enjoying it. And not to say that there are some scary bits that I had to do to get here, but
yeah,
when and you know this, Michelle, as well, like when your purpose and your mission is clear, then you'll do anything to get there almost.
Yep, that's right. That like almost like we don't really see the obstacles, we just want to
Mm,
get to the goal.
correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really awesome. And you also just launched a range, a line of supplements, the lab by
Oh,
Dr. Cheryl Kam.
yeah,
I
that's
saw that,
right.
and then
Oh,
you give like sleep supplement, and then there's I think like sleep supplement especially, right? I think it seems like a lot of people that I know, especially if you reach a certain age, then people have trouble sleeping. Is that
yeah.
like general? Is it like hormonal, or is it really just lack of nutrients?
You really, for me, of course, because I know and I've got access to my lab and stuff.
Yeah.
So I always test and I always understand the person more. I mean,
Mm.
my mom sleeps like really well, and it's not age because
Oh,
she's older, right? So
awesome.
I really feel like it is possible to have that. And before I put it down to age, there are a lot of things that we can do along the way, and I wouldn't want anyone to miss out on that.
Yeah, that's because a lot of people just kind of brush it off as it's something that's age.
It's
Age
normal.
does that to
It's
you. It's
really
normal. Everyone does that. So because of that mentality, they are not seeking help.
yes, exactly. And that's why, once upon a time, I also did that. Like when I had my son, and there was some sleepless nights. Then you surf onto Instagram, and there are these memes about tired moms, and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe this is the way it is, and it's not actually. No. So those things, are they helpful? Well, maybe it's funny for a while, but I don't think they're in the long term helpful if you listen to those memes and think that they are normal. Because people like you and I think I do enjoy a good level of energy as well. And it really comes down to knowing what to supplement with, knowing how to eat, and knowing how to tweak your lifestyle accordingly as well with kiddos. So sleep is super important in my coaching. If your sleep is a problem, then we're gonna spend time on it. None of the sexy supplements are going to work very well if you haven't got your sleep down pat. So then I created a calm supplement, which inside is magnesium glycinate. A lot of people are, for as long as you're stressed, you're going to pee it out of your body. So
Right.
that's why it's my bestseller. Yeah, that's why it just keeps moving off the shelves because people by default are stressed.
That's
Even if
true.
you don't feel stressed, even if you're the most chill person ever, but you've got say, si- uh, you know, uh, sinus allergies, right? Or you've got eczema. Your body is stressed. Even though you don't feel stressed, your body is dealing with stuff.
Oh, right.
Let alone if we're having 7 hours of sleep every single day instead of 8, let
Mm.
alone if we've got young kids around, let alone if we've got like disagreements with our family members or like let alone if we don't enjoy our work fully, you're going to be stressed. So that's why everybody benefits from the magnesium supplement, and that's why that's the number one thing that I launched. It's called Calm. It really does give you calm at night and helps you to drift off to sleep. However, some people need that extra help for sleep, and therefore I have another supplement that you can stack on top of it. It's called Deep Sleep.
Yeah, I saw the deep sleep, and it's also safe for breastfeeding women and kids. I'm not thinking kids, like how young can they start sleeping?
How young do you want to like
How
dope
can we
them with
yeah,
stuff? Yeah. Yeah, I really have to be careful with
hype
this
them.
one. I have to be careful with this one. It is
Yeah.
herbs that have been researched as safe for children, but really I'm going to disclaim it and say that you want to really only use these things for 2-year-olds,
Mm.
and the dosing as well. It will be reflected on the bottle and in the website as well. So I'm going to do a couple of revisions as we speak. So by the time the video is out, it should be all done. Yeah. So
All
because
right.
I'm a
Oh, good.
mom, I
Yeah.
love to hack. I like to biohack. I am a bit of a geek where it comes to supplements and nutrition. So I like to share this with others as well because people are reaching for sleep supplements or supplements to help them feel calm, but they're reaching for things that maybe are harmful. So I want to bring it back to things that are useful and even, useful, effective, but also safe for a breastfeeding mom, which I am. I mean, these formulas actually, you can say they were made for me.
Mm.
And because I know it works and it's safe, then I feel like I can produce it and bring it to more people.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's the best way when we are creating products or services that we would personally use ourselves, and we're the closest how to say customer research that we can get, right?
Yeah.
We love it, it works on us, and it gives you that confidence as well to like to then go out and tell yourself, hey, if you're not buying, you're losing out. It's not me. You know, we have
Yeah.
that if we truly believe in it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. I mean, we've been using it in our family for a long time and it's been flying off the shelves. So that's good testimonies.
Awesome. And so, of course, we'll also put a link to that if you want to get calm and deep sleep from Dr. Cheryl. And I know that you have prepared something special for my audience.
Yes. So, yeah, I know that there are mom bosses and, in your crowd and, people who want to be more chill and to, run the day and not let the day run you. So calm and deep sleep are great for that, and I will put the discount codes as well. And the special thing that I put across as well is the 4 non-negotiables in terms of nutrient and lifestyle. So I've got a little PDF there that I want to share with you because if you're a mom that you want to run the day and not let the day run you, then you need to look at these 4 things and realize that they're so important. So I'm talking about the nutrients, and I'll talk about which nutrients are the most commonly forgotten ones and how to get them. And I'm talking about sleep and how much you should get, and a couple of other things that I'll leave as surprises. So um, you got to get those things down pat consistently, and then you'll find that your energy and your focus is a bit more sustained. And especially for the mom that wants to run her own business, I think this sustainable energy is really going to give you the confidence. Because many times I know moms are like, well, my energy is good some days and is not good some other days, and I just can't be sure, or it falls apart just before the period, and I just can't be sure about my appointments. I can't make promises, and I just feel flaky just because I can't and I'm too tired. So the sustainable energy is super important, and these tips are going to help you get a bit closer to that.
That's awesome. I can't wait to read them myself. The surprise and like the
Yeah.
sleep. So yeah, I think my audience would definitely benefit a lot, and I especially like how you are stripping it back to the foundation, because
Oh,
these
yeah.
days we're being bombarded with, hey, all the superfoods out there, right? And there's always some superfood acai and all the new things that we should take, or collagen or beauty stuff. When if we don't take care of the foundation, and if we don't take care, especially for moms, we pile on a lot of things, a lot of lists that things to do for ourselves. And the foundation is us. And if you don't look after your foundation, then whatever that you're building is would collapse really easily.
Yes, it's like
Yeah,
building a house on straw.
exactly.
And as a woman as well, all the more important. We tend to put ourselves aside, but all the more we can't and we shouldn't, because you are the heart of the family, right? You know?
All
There
right,
you
so
go.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, we will leave the link again down below. So go grab there. And where else can my audience find you?
Instagram. So I share lots of tips on Instagram, and I think I really love when people slide into the DMs. And yeah, I've got the website as well. So with Instagram, we've got the link tree, so I'll put all my links in there too.
Great. So don't be shy.
Great.
Just slide Cheryl a DM, and if you have any questions, just reach out to both of us. Thank you so much for joining
Bye,
us
everyone.
today.
Thank
I'll
you
see
so
you again next
much.
time. Bye.